Alright, we're going to move on to Othello, the Moor of Venice. I've never heard of this. Othello. Anyway, Act 1, Scene 1, Venice the street. That seaport in Cyprus. Tush! Never tell me. I take it much unkindly that I go who hast had my purse as if the strings were thine. Shouldst know of this? Splud, but you would not hear me. If ever I did dream of such a matter, abhor me. Thou toldst me thou didst hold him in thy hate. Despise me if I do not. 3 great ones of the city, and personal suits make me his lieutenant, off cap to him, and, by the faith of man, I know my price. I am worth no worse a place. But he, as loving his own pride and purposes, evades them with a bombast circumstance horribly stuffed with epitaphs of war. And in conclusion, none suits my mediators, for certes, says he, I have already chose my officer. And what was he? Forsooth, a great arithmetician, one Michael Cassio, a Florentine, a fellow almost damned and fair wife, that never set a squadron in the field, nor the division of a battle knows more than a spinster, unless the bookish theoric, wherein the togged consuls can propose as masterly as he. Mere prattle, without practice, is all his soldiership. But he, sir, had the election, and I of whom his eyes had seen the proof at Rhodes at Cyprus, and on other grounds Christian at heathen, must be iced and calmed. By debtor and creditor, this countercaster he in good time must his lieutenant be, and I, God bless the mark, his mothership's ancient. By heaven I rather would have been this hangman. Why, there's no remedy, 'tis the curse of this service. Preferment goes by letter and affection, not by the old graduation, where each second stood heir to the first. Now, sir, be judge yourself where I in just term am affined to love the more. I would not follow him, then. Oy, sir, content you. I follow him to serve my turn upon him. We cannot all be masters, nor all masters cannot be truly followed. You shall mark many a duteous and knee-crooked knave, that doting on his own obsequies, bondage, wears out his time, much like his master's ass, for naught but provender, and when he's old cashiered, with me such honest knaves. Others there are who, trimmed in forms and visages of duty, keep yet their hearts attending on themselves, and throwing but shows of service on their lords. Do well thrive by them, and when they have linned their coats, do themselves homage. These fellows have some soul, and such a one do I profess myself. For, sir, it is as sure as you are Rodrigo, were I the Moor, I would not be Iago. In following him, I follow but myself. Heaven is my judge, not I for love and duty, but seeming so for my peculiar end. For when my outward action doth demonstrate the native act and figure of my heart, in compliment extern, 'tis not long after but I will wear my heart upon my sleeve, for daws to peck at. I am not what I am. What a full fortune does the thick lips owe, if he can carry thus. Call up her father. Rouse him, make after him, poison his delight. Proclaim him in the streets, incense her kinsman, and though he in fertile climate dwell, plague him with flies, though that his joy be joy. Yet throw such changes of vexation on it, as it may lose some colour. Here's her father's house, I'll call aloud. Do, with like timorous accent and dire yell, as when by night and negligence the fire is spied in populous cities. What ho, Brabantio! Signor Brabantio, ho! Awake, what ho! Brabantio! Thieves, thieves, thieves! Look to your house, your daughter, your bags. Thieves, thieves! What is the reason of this terrible summons? What is the matter there? Signor, is all your family within? Are your doors locked? Why, wherefore ask you this? Zounds, sir, you're robbed! For shame, put on your gown. Your heart is burst, you have lost half your soul. Even now, very now, an old black ram is tapping your white shoes. Arise, arise, awake the snorting citizens with the bell, or else the devil make grants out of you. Arise, I say. What, have you lost your wits? Most reverend Senor, do you know my voice? Not I, what are you? My name is Rodrigo. The worse a welcome. I have charged thee not to haunt about my doors, and honest plainness thou hast heard me say, my daughter is not for thee, and now in madness being full of supper, and distemper in droughts. Upon malicious knavery dost thou come to start my quiet. Sir, but thou must needs to show my spirit in my place, having then power to make this great deed. Patient, good sir. What tell'st thou me of robbing? This is Venice. My house is not a grange. Most grave brambaccio, and simple and pure soul, I come to you. Zounds. Sir, you are one of those that will not serve God if the devil bid you. Because we come to do you service and you think we are ruffians. You'll have your daughter covered with a Barbary horse. You'll have your nephews neigh to you. You'll have your coursers for cousins and Guineas for germans. What profane wretch art thou? I am one, sir, that comes to tell you your daughter in this moor are now making the beast with two backs. Thou art a villain. You are a senator. This thou shalt answer, I know thee, Rodrigo. Sir, I will answer anything, but I beseech you, if it be your pleasure and most wise consent, as partly I find it is, that your fair daughter at this odd, even a dull watch o'er the night, transported with no worse nor better guard, but with the knave common hire, a grand jolier to the gross clasp of a lavishness more. If this be known to you and your allowance, we then have done you bold and saucy wrongs. But if you know not this, my manners tell me we have you wrong rebuked. Do not believe that from the sense of all civility, I thus will play and trifle with your reverence. Your daughter, if you have not given her leave, I see again hath made a gross revolt, trying her duty, beauty, wit, and fortunes in an extravagant and wheeling stranger of here and everywhere. Straight satisfy yourself, if she be in her chamber or your house. Let loose on me the justice of the state for thus deluding you. Strike on the tender, ho! Give me a taper, call up all my people. This accident is not unlike my dream. Belief of it oppresses me already. Light, I say light. Farewell, for I must leave you. It seems not meet nor wholesome to my place to be produced, as if I stay I shall. Against the Moor, for I do know the state, however this may gall him with some check, cannot with safety cast him, for he's embarked with such loud reason to the Cyprus wars, which even now stand in act, that for their souls another of this fathom they have none to lead their business. In which regard, though I do hate as I do help pains, yet for necessity of present life I must show out a flag in sign of love, which is indeed must sign. That you shall surely find him lead to the Sagittary, the raised search, and there will I be with him. So farewell. It is too true and evil. Gone she is. And what's to come of my despised time is not but bitterness. Now, Rodrigo, where didst thou see her? No, unhappy girl, what the more saidst thou? Who would be a father? How didst thou know 'twas she? Oh, she deceives me past thought. What said she to you? Get more tapers, raise all my kindred. Are they married, think you? Truly, I think you are. Oh heaven, how got she out? Oh, treason of the blood. Fathers, from hence trust not your daughters' minds, but what you see them act. Art there not charms by which the property of youth and maidhood say be abused? Have you not read, Rodrigo, some such thing? Yes, sir, I have indeed caught up my brother. That you had at her, some one way, some another. Do you know where we may apprehend her in the moor? I think I can discover him, if you please, to get good guard and go along with me. Pray you, lead on. At every house I'll call, I may command at most. Get weapons, ho, and raise some special officers of night. On good Rodrigo, I'll deserve your pains. Though in the trade of war I have slain men, yet do I hold this very stuff or their conscience to do no contrived murder. I lack iniquity, sometimes to do more service. 9 or 10 times I had thought to have yerked him here yonder the ribs. 'Tis better as it is. Nay, but he prated, and spoke such scurvy and provoking terms against your honor, that with the little godliness I have, I did full hard forbear him. But I pray, sir, are you fast married? Be assured of this, that the Magnifico is much beloved, and hath to effect a voice potential as double as the Duke's. He will divorce you, or put upon you what restrain a grievance, the law. With all his might to enforce it on, will give him cable. Let him do his spite. My service which I have done, the Signory shall out-tongue his complaints. 'Tis yet to know which men I know, the boasting is an honor I shall promulgate. I fetch my life, and being from men of royal siege, and my demerits may speak unvauntedly to as a proud a fortune, as this that I have reached. For know, Iago, but that I love the gentle Desimodan. I would not my unhoused free condition put into circumscription and confined to the sea's worth. But look, what lights come yond. Those are the race father and his friends that you were best go in. Not I must be found. My parts, my title, and my perfect soul shall manifest me rightly. Is it they? By Janus, I think no. The servants of the Duke and my lieutenant, the goodness of the night upon you, friends, what is the news? The Duke does greet you, General, and he requires your post-haste appearance even unto the instant. What is the matter? Think you? Something from Cyprus, as I may divine, it is a business of some heat. The galleys have sent a dozen secret messengers this very night at one another's heels, and many of the consuls raised and met are at the Duke's already. You have been hotly called for, when being not at your looking to be found, the Senate hath sent about 3 several guests to search you out. 'Tis what I am found by you. I will be to spend a word here in the house, and go with you. Ancient, what makes me here? Faith, he tonight hath the board of the land cracked, if it prove lawful prize he's made forever. I do not understand. He's married. To who? Marry. To... Come, Captain, will you go? Have with you. Here comes another troop to seek for you. It is Brabantio. General, be advised, he comes to bad intent. Holla! Stand there! Senor, it is the Moor. Down with him, thief. You, Rodrigo, come, sir. I am for sure. I am for you. Keep up your bright swords, for the dew will rust them. Good senor, you shall more command with years than with your weapons. O thou foul thief, where hast thou stowed my daughter? Damned as thou art, thou hast enchanted her. For I refer me to all things of sense. If she in chains of magic were not bound, whether a maid so tender, fair, and happy, so opposite to marriage, that she shunned the wealthy curried darlings of our nation, would ever have to incur a general mock, run from her girdage to the sooty bosom of such a thing as thou, to fear, not to delight. Judge me the world if 'tis not gross in sense that thou hast practised on with her foul charms, abuse her delicate youth with drugs and minerals that weaken motion. I'll have to dispute it on. 'Tis probable and palpable to thinking, I therefore apprehend and do attach thee for an abuser of the world, a practicer of arts inhibited and out of warrant. Lay hold upon him if he do resist, subdue him at his peril. Hold your hands, both of you, my inclining and the rest. Were it my cue to fight, I should have known it without a prompter. Where will you that I go to answer this your charge? To prison, till fit time of law and course of direct session call thee to answer. What if I do obey? How may the Duke of therewith satisfied, whose messengers are here about my side, upon some present business of the state to bring me to him? 'Tis true, most worthy Signor, this Duke in council and your noble self, I am sure it's sent for. How? The Duke in council, in this time of the night, bring him away, mine's not an idle cause. The Duke himself or any of my brothers of the state cannot but feel this wrong as I twere their own. For if such actions may have passage, free bond slaves and pagans shall our statesmen be. Scene 3. A council chamber, the Duke and senators sitting at a table, officers attending. There is no composition in these news that gives them credit. Indeed, they are disproportioned. My letters say 107 galleys, and mine 140, and mine 200. But, sir, yes, sir. But though they jump not on a just account, as in these cases, when in the aim reports, 'tis oft with difference, yet do they all confirm a Turkish fleet, and burying up in Cyprus. Nay, it is possible enough to judgment. I do not secure me in the error. On sale, get it while it's hot. But the main article I do approve in fearful sense. What ho, what ho, what ho. A messenger from the galleys. Now what's the business? The Turkish preparation makes for Rhodes. So was I bid report here to the state by Signor Angelo. How say you by this change? This cannot be, by no say of reason, and 'tis a pageant to keep us in false gaze. When we consider the importance of Cyprus to the Turk, and let ourselves again but understand that as it more concerns the Turk than Rhodes, say may he with more facile question bear it, for that it stands not in such warlike brace, but altogether lacks the abilities that Rhodes is dressed in. If we make thought of this, we must not think the Turk is so unskilful to leave that latest which concerns him first, neglecting an attempt of ease and gain to wake and wage a danger profitless. Nay, in all confidence, he's not for Rhodes. Here's more news. The Atomites, reverend and gracious, steering their due course toward the Isle of Rhodes, have there enjointed them with an after fleet. Aye, so I thought. How many, as you guess? Of 30 sail. And now they do re-stem as their backward course, bearing their frank appearance, their purposes toward Cyprus. Signor Montano, your trusty and most valiant servitor, with his free duty recommends you thus, and prays you to believe him. 'Tis certain then, for Cyprus, Marcus Lucico, is not he in town? He's now in Florence. Write from us to him, post, haste, dispatch. Here comes a Brabantio and the valiant Moor. Valiant Othello, you must straight employ you against the general enemy Ottoman. I did not see you. Welcome, General Signor. Would like to count on your help tonight. So do I yours. Good your grace, pardon me. Neither my place nor aught I heard of business hath raised me from my bed, nor doth the gentle care. Take hold of me, for my particular grief is of so floodgate and o'erbearing nature that it engluts and swallows other sorrows, and it is still itself. Why, what's the matter? My daughter, my daughter, dead? Aye, to me, she's abused, stolen from me, and corrupted by spells and medicines bought of mountebanks. For nature so preposterously to err, being not deficient, blind or lame of sense, signs of witchcraft could not. Whoe'er he be that in this foul proceeding hath thus beguiled your daughter of herself, and you of her, the bloody book of law you shall yourself read in the bitter letter after your own sense. Yea, though a proper son stood in your action. Humbly I thank your grace. Here's the man, this Moor, whom now it seems your spectral mandate for the state affairs hath hither brought. We are very sorry for it. What, in your own part, can you say to this? Nothing, but this is so. Most potent, grave, and reverend signors, my very noble and approved good masters, that I have ta'en away this old man's daughter. It is most true. True, I have married her, the very head in front of my offending, hath this extent no more. Rude am I in my speech, and little blessed with the soft phrase of peace, for since these arms of mine have 7 years' pith, till now some mine, moons wasted, they have used their dearest action in the tented field. And little of this great world can I speak, more than pertains to feats of broil and battle, and therefore little shall I grace my cause in speaking for myself. Yet by your gracious patience I will around unvarnished tell the deliverer of my whole course of love, what drugs, what charms, what conjuration, and what mighty magic for such proceedings I am charged withal. I won his daughter. A maiden never bold, a spirit so still and quiet that her motion blushed at herself, and she, in spite of nature, of years of country, credit, everything, to fall in love with what she feared to look on. It is a judgment maimed and most imperfect, that will confess perfection, so could err against all rules of nature, and must be driven to find out practices of cunning hell. Why this should be, I therefore vouch again that, with some mixtures powerful o'er the blood, or with some dram conjured to this effect, or he wrought upon her. To vouch this is no proof without more certain, more overt test than these thin habits and poor likelihoods of modern seeming do prefer against him. But Othello, speak. Did you by indirect and forced courses subdue and poison this young maid's affections? or came it by request, and such fair question as soul to soul affordeth? I do beseech you, send for the lady to the Sagittary, and let her speak of me before her father. If you do find me foul in her report, the trust or office I do hold of you, not only take away, but let her sentence even fall upon my life. Fetch Drastimano hither. Ancient, conduct them, you best know the place. Until she come, as truly as to heaven, I do confess the vices of my blood. So justly to grave ears I'll present how I do thrive in this fair lady's love, and she in mine. Say it, Othello. Here her father led me, oft invited me, so questioned me the story of my life from year to year, the battles, sieges,